believe we're going live. And I keep saying this because my phone doesn't show what the camera is showing, which it's supposed to. So I can only assume that it's live and hope that it is. Otherwise, I'm just talking to a black screen. I also hope that the audio is good because I've had problems with that too, and I've switched to a different mic. So nonetheless, here we are. And thank you for joining us. Today is November 12th, 2019. My name is Brad Micklin. I'm the managing member and lead attorney for the Micklin Law Group. We are a law firm concentrated in men's and fathers' rights in divorce, custody, and family law issues, with offices in Nutley, Montclair, New Jersey. Today's my how-to series. I try to give you a little more in-depth information than I do in my daily tip so that you can dig a little deeper into issues that confront many clients as well as consultations. And today specifically on consultations. So today's video is how to hold a successful divorce consultation. And of course, I gotta always say it's in New York. Problems if I am having them. I'm not even sure afterwards. But by the way, if you're watching this, if you could do me a favor and mention in a comment or something if there were any audio or visual problems, because I would need to go back and see if there was and try to fix it if so. Turning back to my how-to video. So there's probably 7 different things I think you need to do to ensure that you have a good divorce consultation. And this goes for anybody. This is not different. Everybody's temperament and personality is different. Every lawyer is different. I usually recommend that you look for somebody who specializes in your area. Now, that may not always work out for you from either a cost or availability standpoint, or even a personality conflict. But I would start first by researching the attorneys that you are going to if you are giving referrals. If you're not giving a referral, then you definitely want to research and go to people who specialize or concentrate just in the areas that you need. For instance, I got divorced myself and I had a lawyer. Unfortunately, it was my brother, so the cost was a little bit less. Not a lot, but a little bit less. But the point being, if I were buying a house, I could do my own closing. I wouldn't. I'd get a lawyer, and I'd also research that lawyer to make sure that he or she was the best fit for that job. So research anybody that you're going to. If you don't have a name, research their specialty. Second is, don't just hire the first one, even if it's me. You always want to check with more than one person. You're usually going to be involved in a very serious, very difficult, and awfully long and costly matter. You want to make sure that you got the right attorney. It's not something you can get in and out of real quickly. It's once you're up with other attorneys, meet with them, find out if they can offer different services. I always tell clients, you don't know if you had a bad lawyer sometimes it's too late until afterwards. So you want to know right away if it's the right fit for you. Third thing you want to do is don't judge them by their cost or their policies until you get in there. For instance, not most, but a lot of lawyers don't charge for consultations. I do charge for my consultations. I don't charge for my consultation because I want the money for the time. I charge for my consultation to weed out people who aren't interested in paying for the consultation. Sometimes people are just trying to get free legal advice, which is what I'm here doing now anyway. My YouTube page, my websites are replete with free information. But if you're coming to meet with me, I want to make sure that you understand there's going to be charges in the future of your case. I also spend a great deal of time preparing for my consultations. So I want to make sure that you're as invested as I am. A lot of people won't meet with me because they're charged with consultations, and that's fine. Also, similarly, don't judge by the costs. You're always going to find that there are lawyers with varying degrees of experience and varying legal fees. Some are going to be more and less expensive than the others. I always say cheap is never cheap. So don't judge just by their hourly rate, but judge overall by the cost that you think are and the savings you may get by hiring somebody that's better, even though it may be more expensive. Fourth is ask if you can send them information in advance. I think that serves 2 very important points. First, it shows that they're going to be putting time into your case and not just trying to sell you when you get there, but also they're going to be fully familiar with your issues. That way, when it comes time to talk about alimony or child support or financial issues, they're going to have a better picture of your situation and better able to give you that advice. You don't want to just get there and then start talking about it because you're going to have limited time, so you want to make sure that they're prepared. You also want to make sure that they care enough to prepare in advance so that they will be well-versed in your case. They're not just trying to get a new client in the door. 5, prepare your questions in advance. You don't necessarily need to send this to the attorney meeting with, but it doesn't hurt. Send them some information, say these are things I'd like to talk about when I get there, or at least make sure that you do. That makes sure that you get your questions answered. Also make sure that you spend some time thinking about them in advance. The reason why I do all these videos, for instance, is I've seen countless people who've come to me, they don't even know what to ask because they haven't been involved in the case yet. They don't know what to expect, they don't know the vocabulary, they don't know anything about the process. So they come in sort of like a blank slate looking for me to give all the information. Well, truthfully, I could be here for weeks and never give you all the information you need for any given matter, let alone at a 1-hour consultation. So make sure that you know what you want to find out before you go into that meeting. When you get into the consultation, always ask for options, always ask for a range of outcomes. Now, both are going to be very difficult for any lawyer to give you because there's no certain range of the topic that you're going to be discussing. Like, it may not be that there's 0 years of alimony or permanent alimony, but they can give you something in the middle and tell you at least it's not permanent, but it'll be in this range of years. Same with alimony. They can tell you whether it's going to be in a certain range of dollars. It's not zero, it's not going to be zero, and it's not going to be every percent that you own. So they should be able to give you some range. And then you have something to compare to when you meet with the other lawyers. See where their ranges are, see how comfortable they are with giving the ranges, and see how accurate they seem in comparison to the other estimates and ranges that you're getting. And last is take notes. What we're going to talk about in a consultation, what you're going to talk about with anybody in a consultation is very difficult. It's very complex, and it's usually very emotional. And if you're not writing down what you're being told, you're not going to remember it later. You're also going to compare what other people tell you when you meet with them. You're also not going to be able to prepare later with the options you got if you didn't write them down when you first had your consultation. So it helps you not only choose your lawyer, also make sure that as you're going through the case, you're on the right path and that the lawyer has guided you the proper way. So I hope all this information helps you. I hope you can see and hear all this information. Looks like you can. I appreciate comments if you can't. I'd also like it if you do find this information helpful. Like and share the videos so that other people get to see it. You can also subscribe at least to YouTube and my Twitter feeds and my professional Facebook page so that you get noticed when I go online. I will welcome any comments you have regarding this or any other information. I will always address comments. I may not do them the same day that you post them, but I will always get to them. So you can send me any questions you have about this or any other materials, as well as topics you'd like me to cover. With that, I'm going to sign off. Probably going to be on tomorrow at 3, which would be the 13th of November. Haven't planned it yet, and I have court in the morning, so I'm not certain, but I will post the time as soon as I am. With that, I'm going to sign off, and thank you for tuning in.